Okay, will the Tokyo 2020 Olympics be postponed? Logic dictates that they should, and we've seen with UEFA postponing Euro 2020 by a year that when you take action, take it decisively, people can get behind the outcome. Whether it's what everyone wants or not is another thing, but they acted decisively. They had a meeting with all the constituent UEFA FAs after the Italian FA had stated publicly, the head of the Italian FA stated publicly in a press conference that they wanted to complete their season first before the Euros could take place, and they hinted at other FAs taking the same stance, and then it gave UEFA the hurry up. UEFA had to look at all the variable options, and they came to the least painful conclusion: postpone by a year. It's not worked out too bad. It means it allows flexibility for the domestic leagues to complete. It allows flexibility to sort out the mess that's going to be the next season. It's going to be a chaos next season when cup games are going to be played, league games are going to be played. How short will they have to shorten the season? Will they have to suspend cup competitions for a year? But getting the Euros moved by 12 months allows flexibility for the various FAs and UEFA to work out fixturing and getting things done. The difference here is the IOC are known for doing things at the last minute, and they are known for bad decisions throughout their history. The Japanese have also invested a lot of money, not just in this Olympic Games, but also in the World Cup last year, on infrastructure and getting these games hosted. To cancel or rearrange would be very damaging for the national image of Japan and Shinzo Abe politically. They want them to go ahead. Now, the organisers have said there is no change of plan at this point in time. We are going ahead as scheduled. It wouldn't be the end of the world if they delayed by a month or two to August, September, October. It wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world. We saw how what a great spectacle the Rugby Union World Cup was. But if they delay that those few months, the risk of typhoons increases, and we know how disruptive they can be, and disruptive as well. As the Rugby Union World Cup proved, a typhoon can shut down Japan for 48 to 72 hours. And the Olympics are on a 2-week time frame. So if they do push it back later in the year, they run that risk of having a massive Category 5 typhoon, Category 6 typhoon, boiling up and flying over Japan and causing a lot of chaos. This is where if they move it 12 months, they can mitigate some of the weather circumstances so they avoid typhoon season. And also, it's going to change the Olympic cycle, but it allows athletes to eventually qualify for events, and it allows flexibility as well, which is something that the IOC, with their lack of giving a concrete start and end date, and the organisers, is reducing the flexibility of the organisers and the IOC to, if there's a second outbreak of coronavirus, for example, to mitigate. So while they should be postponed, we just don't know. Again, the options are on the table to postpone slightly later in the summer by 2-3 months, or move them to next year. But unless the IOC comes down on a decision quickly, and the organisers, the lack of information, the lack of certainty is what's playing on athletes' minds. And a lot of athletes have been highly critical, very publicly, to the media about the lack of certainty from the IOC and the organisers. Very critical. Other athletes just want to get going, get done, just get the Olympic Games over and done with and compete. But a lot of athletes are not sure if they're going to be able to qualify or not. They're not sure on their welfare for health reasons. And the lack of certainty is also, worrying when, they can't train because they're on lockdown. They're not certain if there is going to be a games or not. So they've signed these contracts with sponsors and the media companies as well. Have signed contracts, and they obviously want those contracts fulfilled because they spent money to get these contracts. They bid for these media contracts to be the host broadcaster of CBC will be the host broadcaster, Sportsnet, Rogers Sportsnet, or TSN will have broadcast rights in Canada. NBC have got broadcast rights in the US. The BBC over here in the UK, ABC in Australia. A lot of these big broadcasters have bid for the broadcast rights, and they want a return on their investment by having us do the games. So that's putting pressure on the IOC to come to a decision as well. But as I say, UEFA came to a very quick decision with the Euro tournament. It allows flexibility if you make a decision. What the IOC and the organisers aren't doing is allowing that flexibility. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a postponement at some point. The longer they leave it to make that decision, the harder that decision becomes and the less flexible it becomes as well. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you in the coming days, so keep your eyes peeled, and goodbye for now. And also don't forget to hit like and subscribe and place those thoughts below, because I'll be interested to see and read what you guys have to say about the IOC's standpoint on this, and the fact that they should have seen what UEFA did and gone, right, we're going to follow suit. We're going to move it by 12 months. But I think there's a lot more political pressure from the Japanese government. The broadcasters have even more clout in this case because they've invested far more money. They've bid for these rights, which will be catastrophically financially for the broadcasters if the Olympic Games don't take place. There's a lot of money involved there, and the athletes are raising concerns over the lack of clarity and the lack of decision making and the health risks. While the coronavirus is still a very active, contagious disease, much like the Zika virus in the build up to the Rio Games. We're seeing this with the coronavirus now, but the Rio Games went ahead as scheduled, even though with those fears of the Zika virus, which is a far less dangerous disease than the coronavirus for fatalities, although it can kill people and it can cause birth abnormalities in newborns. The concerns were there. The Olympics went ahead. What we are seeing here is something similar, but far more risky to human health than the coronavirus. It will kill more people. It will leave lasting health impacts on some people who do recover from the disease, but will be left with lung problems for years, if not permanently. So there's some questions to be asked there, but I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.